Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a poor but kind-hearted boy named Ravi. Ravi loved to draw and spent hours sketching pictures on the dusty ground with a stick. Though he didn't have any paper or pencils, his imagination was boundless, and his creations brought smiles to everyone in the village. One sunny morning, as Ravi was sketching under a large banyan tree, an old man with a long white beard approached him. The man carried a mysterious bundle wrapped in cloth. "Hello, young one," the old man said with a gentle smile. "I've been watching you draw. You have a gift. I want to give you something special." Ravi's eyes widened with curiosity as the old man unwrapped the bundle to reveal a beautiful paintbrush with golden bristles. "This is no ordinary paintbrush," the man said. "Whatever you paint with it will come to life. Use it wisely and only for good." Ravi could hardly believe his ears. He thanked the old man and ran home, eager to try the magic paintbrush. In his small hut, he dipped the brush in water and painted a loaf of bread on a piece of old cloth. To his amazement, the bread became real, warm, and fresh. Ravi laughed with joy and shared the bread with his hungry neighbors. News of Ravi's magic paintbrush spread quickly through the village. People came to him with their needs, and Ravi never hesitated to help. He painted food for the hungry, clothes for the poor, and tools for the farmers. The village began to prosper, and everyone admired Ravi's kindness and generosity. However, not everyone in the village was kind-hearted. A greedy landlord named Bhanu heard about the magic paintbrush and decided to take it for himself. One night, while Ravi was asleep, Bhanu and his men sneaked into his hut and stole the brush. The next morning, Ravi woke up to find his precious paintbrush gone. He was heartbroken but determined to get it back. Meanwhile, Bhanu was already using the paintbrush for his selfish desires. He painted bags of gold, luxurious clothes, and grand palaces for himself. But something strange began to happen. The bags of gold turned into piles of heavy stones, the luxurious clothes ripped apart as soon as he wore them, and the grand palaces crumbled into heaps of sand. Bhanu grew frustrated and furious. "Why isn't this paintbrush working properly?" he roared. Despite his greed, Bhanu didn't understand that the magic paintbrush could only be used for good. The more he painted out of selfishness, the worse the results became. Meanwhile, Ravi devised a plan to recover the paintbrush. He went to Bhanu's mansion and boldly knocked on the door. Bhanu opened it, surprised to see Ravi standing there. "What do you want, boy?" Bhanu sneered. "I heard you have the paintbrush," Ravi said calmly. "It's a very special tool, and it can be tricky to use. If you allow me, I can teach you how to make it work properly." Bhanu, blinded by his greed, agreed. He handed the paintbrush to Ravi and demanded, "Paint me a giant ship filled with gold, jewels, and treasures." Ravi nodded and began to paint. He carefully crafted a magnificent ship with sails as white as clouds. "This ship will take you to an island filled with treasures beyond your wildest dreams," Ravi said. Bhanu's eyes gleamed with excitement. The ship sprang to life, anchored in a nearby river. Bhanu hurried aboard with his men, eager to claim his riches. But as soon as they set sail, Ravi painted a giant wave that swept the ship far, far away. The greedy landlord and his men were never seen in the village again. With the paintbrush back in his hands, Ravi returned to his kind ways. He continued to use the brush to help his neighbors and make their lives better. Over time, the village blossomed into a thriving community, filled with happiness and abundance. Ravi never forgot the old man's words: to use the magic paintbrush only for good. And so he lived a life of kindness and generosity, bringing joy to everyone around him.